Hello and welcome to allmagear.com reviews, and today we're reviewing this, which is the REI half dome 2-person tent. Before I get into anything else, I'm just gonna say right there, it reminds me a lot of the quarter dome that REI also offers, and we did review it last year. As you know, or you may not know, this particular tent costs about $200. Now, it is a little pricey considering the fact that you could go to Walmart and get yourself a $50 tent that will do exactly the same job as this one, protect you from rain and from wind, hopefully. However, that's not why it costs $200. The reason it costs $200 is because it is lighter than anything you'll get for 50 bucks of the same size. It weighs about 4 pounds and I would say around maybe 15 ounces. That is including with the tarp on, the rain cover on, which is a good weight when you hiking. I personally would prefer to go a little lower and get something that maybe is 3 pounds, and this is why I prefer quarter dome tent over this one, because that one is about 1.2 ounces lighter, and pound and 0.2 makes a whole lot of difference when you're hauling gear. But never mind about that tent, you could check out the review, the link is going to be somewhere there. Let's get back to the REI half dome. Now, as I mentioned it costs $200, and you could tell by the quality of the rain cover, it's not that heavy material that, for example, Coleman has at a Hooligan 2 that I also reviewed. The bug netting is very fine and it's very thin. It feels a lot lighter. It feels like it's made out of luxurious material. Same goes with the rest of the tent. Overall, the weight of the poles and the quality and thinness, yet ruggedness, and the way it's being waterproof and windproof, it all adds up in research in a way. And that's something you should take in consideration if you are looking for a tent and you're not quite sure if you should just go with a cheap one or a little more pricier one. This is the difference, really. Recognizing that this particular tent is meant for hiking and backpacking, there's one kind of a negative thing that I have about it, is that it just does not have enough compartments for me to store my stuff in. I feel like they could have added more compartments inside to store your stuff, such as your wallet and your cell phone and your books and your pamphlets, anything. But you're kind of more forced to just have the 2 overhead compartments where you could put your light or your cell phone in, maybe an iPad mini, and a few on the sides, just to have your phone near you or your wallet, which I think it's perfectly fine. When you go hiking, you don't bring that much stuff, but it's always nice to have a little bit more compartments. You don't know what to use them for? Put socks in there. I don't know, maybe your clean, fresh underwear for morning, for example, so you don't have to rummage through your backpack in the morning to change. This tent will comfortably have 2 people in it and small to medium-sized dog. Now, when it comes to your gear, unfortunately, well, first of all, I would never recommend to put your gear inside your tent, because when you're hiking, you have all the bugs and ticks and spiders falling from the trees, jumping, climbing up your backpack. Last thing you want to do is take your backpack and keep it in your tent where you sleep. However, you could always keep them right by your door and have the rain cover covering them, which is excellent. I've had a few tents before where I did not have a rain cover from a tent covering my backpack, so this is kind of really, really cool. Another feature that I really like about this tent is the fact that it has 2 doors. I love tents that have 2 doors. I really, really, really hate sleeping in a tent, especially to the farthest away from the entrance, and having to get up in the middle of the night for whatever reason it is and climb over other people. It is great. It is a great feature, and I highly recommend, if you're shopping for a tent, to definitely look for something that has 2 doors, especially if you're looking for 2-person. Obviously, you're going with someone else, hiking and camping. This is a great feature that this tent offers, is the 2 doors. Another great feature that I really like about this tent is these ventilation hubs they have on top, and I have 4 of them. You can see 2 of them on this side and 2 on the other side, which is excellent when it's kind of drizzling or not, or you're just kind of a little scared in the middle of the night and you want to close these doors. You could have these ventilation hubs open so you get fresh air in. It's actually a lot more cooler than the quarter dome tent, because the quarter dome tent has only one little window on one side and that's it. This is a little more, and it kind of gives you cross breeze because they have it on both sides. I really like that feature. Overall, if you're in a market to buy a 2-person tent for hiking, and this is within your budget range and not more, I highly recommend this tent. It is light enough for the price. It is very simple to set up. Once you do it the first time, after that you will not think twice. Again, as I mentioned before in my other reviews, REI has the system of poles. It's a lot different than any company I've ever tried. Once you get the system going, it's just 1, 2, 3. One person can set up without any problems, as you saw in this introduction video with the menus and stuff. But before I finish this video, I like to say it again. If you are thinking of buying this tent, but you can expand your budget by an extra $100, $120, I would skip this purely because of its weight, and I would get the quarter dome, which is as fantastic. It's not more fantastic, it's as fantastic as this one, and this is a fantastic tent. I love REI in general. I think they're a great company, they have great products. I'm not sponsored by them, so don't think that they're paying me for this video. I just genuinely like their products. The quality is incredible of this tent. It's waterproof, it's windproof. Those flaps alone, those little air vents on top, that's what sold to me personally. I like the fact, because the quarter dome does not offer that, which is kind of sad because I own that too. So again, if you're in the range of $200, this is a perfect tent to consider. But if you could expand your budget by $100, quarter dome is the way to go, purely because it's lighter and it has more compartments inside. Thank you for checking out owlmegear.com reviews. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments, anything good or bad about this tent down below. I like the way the little community we have now, all the subscribers say what they like, what they don't like about this tent. I really, really appreciate your input, guys. I really do. And check out my other reviews. Check out the quarter dome. And you see these 2 hammocks that were hanging behind me in the intro video? I also have a review of them. That's one of them is Mosquito and the other one is Hennessy. Again, thanks for checking this out. I love you guys, and subscribe if you enjoy these videos. Happy camping.